This is English shorthand dictation number 282 and the dictation speed is 160 words per minute. Ready? Start. The wait for 5G is over as Airtel 5G services have started rolling out in India. 5G was launched on the first day of the Indian Mobile Congress 2022 by Prime Minister on 1st October. All the major telecom companies are in the process of rolling out 5G services. There is a lot of hype about the rollout of 5G and it is being touted as the next big thing in the telecom sector. It is a successor to 4G. The fifth generation technology brings a host of improvements and capabilities. But its major advantage over 4G is its speed, which makes significantly faster downloads and uploads possible and allows simultaneous 4K streaming. Besides, 5G can be of great use for businesses and other facilities such as telemedicine, remote surveillance, and location tracking. There is no doubt that this is the march of technology and cannot be stopped, and also has distinct advantages over existing 4G networks. But it has its downside too, which should not be ignored or hidden from the public domain. Most governments are ignoring the risks to human health and the environment caused by 5G radiation. The International Agency for Research on Cancer at the World Health Organization has classified RF radiation to be a possible human carcinogen. Since there is a lack of data and research on the subject, governments all over the world are opting for 5G, ignoring the previous research available on the subject, which links high radio frequency and electromagnetic field to tissue heating, cognitive functions, and cancer. As things stand today, deep research must be commissioned to study the ill effects of 5G on human health. With so much money riding on it, there is a slim chance of that happening. The big players in the telecom sector would ensure that, but we must be cautious before opting for 5G services. In any case, most of us could well do with 4G. The coronavirus pandemic has made us realize how important it is to take care of our day-to-day mental issues. Our perception of rampant mental health issues entailing depression and anxiety has transformed. But we need to walk a long way to make it a health priority. Mental health can affect an individual's thoughts, behaviors, and feelings. It has been observed that depression has a stronger effect on the body than any physical injury. Even science has proved this in various studies. Anything holding the capability to disturb an individual's routine and potential to achieve things in life is not worth it. Our body, mind, and spirit depend on our mental stability. If proper care is not taken, it can affect career and physical health. To make yourself a priority with chaos in the head is a challenging task. Letting a situation control your life performance makes no sense and will make no difference to the people around you. Your skills need to be polished, your career needs a ladder, and your well-being needs a break from everything. Enhancing mental health is crucial because a depressed and anxious mind can cause hindrance in taking out the best version of us. The best way to improve mental health and well-being is to allow the people to opt for different ways to surmount the mental health problems they are undergoing in their lives. For some, it works the traditional method of shutting inside the room till things seem normal, and for some, it goes the excessive exercise way. However, such escape routes are not recommended by mental health experts. It needs to be dealt with from the base. Take a journal and note down how your days are and what you feel. Examine your thoughts after a week and then after a month. Soon you will notice the graph of your thoughts and understand which direction it leads. Every weird situation has goodness hidden in it. Finding that would make your mental health a priority. Get out of closed walls. A walk to the nearest park or spending time enjoying sunrise and sunsets will put your mind at ease. It might be difficult in the beginning, but patience is the key. Spend time helping others and trying new activities. Plan a hike, go on adventures, and explore activities that get you back to your happy self. Sleep is very important, especially when you are experiencing mental issues. The government and even influencers on social media have done a commendable job in spreading awareness about mental health. It starts from home. Mental health can be a global priority when we have patience and understanding in cooperating with our loved ones going through it. Talking is always the first step to understanding their situation and getting into their shoes. Lend them your ears without any judgment or confrontation. Giving them the confidence that they can trust you is the best thing one can do to help people with mental issues. Doctors have seen a significant surge in cases of heart attack and heart failure in the post-COVID period. Their incidence has gone up by more than 1/4 in the last 1 year. After the pandemic, the incidence of heart attacks and heart failure has increased by 25% in people who got infected with COVID. Patients who had to be hospitalized or put on a ventilator due to COVID are now much more vulnerable to heart complications, and we are seeing a considerable surge in such cases. There are two ways by which COVID affects the heart. First is direct infection of the heart muscle, due to which it gets weakened, leading to heart failure. The second is that after COVID, a mild form of infection persists in the body for many months. The arteries remain inflamed, leading to the tendency of clotting inside the heart. This results in heart attack and other complications. Many incidents have come to light in recent months of sudden heart attack in people after doing vigorous exercise. In these cases, the heart muscle may still be inflamed due to long COVID, triggering a heart attack. Even some of the celebrities have succumbed to this phenomenon of becoming victims of cardiac arrests after exercise in gym or stage performance. There is a need to understand that we are still in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. The people who had a severe form of COVID need to take precautions. It is difficult to predict heart problems in recovered COVID patients, but there are certain blood tests that can tell whether any form of infection still exists in the body and how much is the risk. It is advisable not to do any vigorous exercise for the next 6 months after getting COVID infection. Only light exercises in the form of brisk walking or mild jogging are advised. Do not indulge in any kind of strength training exercises because your heart may still be weak. We have seen an increase of 30% over the last 5 years in the number of young patients with heart attacks coming to the hospital. They are also showing up with more extensive heart complications with multiple blockages. Our advice is not to ignore any kind of symptoms, especially pain in the chest or upper part of the stomach. If you do activities like brisk walking or climbing the stairs and feel any kind of stiffness or heaviness in the chest, you should be very mindful. Many people attribute heart-related symptoms to acidity, but any such symptom that persists for 2 or 3 days is unusual. It is important in these cases to get tests done to rule out heart problems. Diabetes and tobacco are the top 2 risk factors for heart disease in India. After independence in 1947, India has made tremendous progress in various spheres of activity. But despite welfare measures, the distribution aspect of this development has not percolated down properly to lower sections of society. After the political change that occurred in the country following the general elections in 2014, this aspect of development too has been taken care of more vigorously and the poverty line brought down, but still much needs to be done to eliminate the evil of poverty. Every citizen should know about their fundamental duties and follow them in letter and spirit. It is a common observation that in India a vast dichotomy exists between rights and duties. While we are keen on our rights, we talk very rarely about our duties as citizens of free India. There is hardly any realization that our fundamental rights entail responsibilities and fundamental duties. We also appear to be generally not aware of the dictum that a person's rights start from where others' rights end. The concept of duties has not been new to India, as these have been a part of our traditions in various spheres of human activity from times immemorial. A long spell of foreign rule for over a millennium in our country had distorted our sense of rights and duties, drained us of most of our rich values, and left us bereft of any positive inculcation of the spirit of duties and responsibilities. The cumulative effect of this long foreign subjugation had been that despite our unique spiritual heritage, we had turned into self-centered individuals out to further our interests at any rate.